Okay, 8A, we did which ones last night? We did some of them yesterday. We had done the odds, but I wanted you to do the evens?
No, odds
Evens.
tonight. We did the
Oh,
odds
okay,
yesterday.
evens had been done, so I need to do the odds? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'll get this right. Alright. Let's get that off. Okay, a couple things. I noticed that, let's see, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. And I see 7:15. That's the room it's in. From 3 to 4 is Beyond the Bell. That's free tutoring if you need tutoring. And then over here on this schedule, it'll tell you what period a math teacher is available. You don't have to have me as your math teacher. You can go and ask the math teacher. So if you go down to the math science resource room, so for period 3 on Wednesdays, we have somebody. Period 4, Monday through Thursday, there's somebody. Period 5, there's somebody. Period 6, Monday through Wednesday, there's people in there. Period 7, Tuesday through Thursday, there's someone in there. Period 8, everybody. And then Beyond the Bell, there's people in there, or there's people in this from 3 to 4. So if you ever need extra help on homework, please take that. Or obviously find me. All right, so problem number 1. I'm going to go through these quickly. Stop me if you have a question. Add 4. Still with me? Okay, so now I'm going to put this, I have this as 9. So I'm starting at 9. I'm going to go to infinity. Why is it a parenthesis? Parenthesis means we include or don't include? Don't include. Okay, it doesn't have the equal sign. The equal sign is a square bracket. On number 3, we have x minus 7 is greater than or equal to negative 3. Add 7, add 7. So I get x is greater than or equal to 4. Okay, so this is going to be a square bracket, 4 going to infinity. Why is it a square bracket? Yeah, we are including it. Okay. Let's see, number 5. So number 5, I have this. Now, being I have the letter on the opposite side, I'm going to take the whole equation and flip it over before I do anything else. That means the sign is going to flip over. The sign's not flipping over because I'm multiplying or dividing by a negative. I'm just literally flipping the entire equation over. 12 and x are being held together by multiplication, so I'll divide each side by 12. Those cancel. X is greater than 5. So I'm going to have 5 to infinity, rounded bracket, because it's only greater than. It doesn't have the equal sign. Number 7, we have negative 9x. It's greater than or equal to 36. I'm dividing each side by negative 9. So x, does the sign flip over?
Yes.
Why? I'm dividing by a negative. If I'm moving the negative to the other side by multiplication or division, this sign has to flip over. And that gives me negative 4. So this one, my starting point is going to be at negative 4, and we're going to go to negative infinity. Okay, so you write it a little bit backwards. We okay with those first 7, or the first 4 up to number 7? Can I erase? Clear, or actually,
Wait,
let's.
is it a parentheses or bracket?
We have a square bracket here. It's always going to be a parenthesis as it approaches infinity because you can't get there.
Yeah.
So number 7 is just saying, it's just because this, as far as the number line goes, you'd be at negative 4 with a solid dot going this way. So we're reading left to right. So we're coming from negative infinity and going all the way up to negative 4, including negative 4. That's why we have a square bracket. I think I squeezed number 9 right here. Okay, add 12, add 12. So x is less than 7. So I'm going this way. So it's going to start at 7 and it's going to go where?
Negative.
Okay, so you're writing a little bit backwards. Cool? Clear it?
I have a question.
Talk to me.
Why is it negative infinity?
Because we want values that are less than 7. So things that are less than 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Oh,
0,
okay.
negative 1, negative 2, so it keeps going to negative infinity. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah.
I was wondering if this could be true, like the way I kind of like identify which way that it's going, the arrow is pointing is like the less than or greater than symbol, so it's like an arrow kind of pointing this way from the right.
Uh-huh.
If it's doing this going to the left. Does that work?
You're very correct as long as the variable, the letter, is on the left side.
Okay.
That's why, like on this one, I flip it over. Because then that will tell me what the arrow is going to do once I solve it, because I got the variable on the other side.
Yeah, so like the letter always has to go first.
Mhm.
And then,
And that's why I would flip like number 5 over, so I'd get it on the other side.
okay.
Okay? Can I clear? Great question, by the way. All right, 11. So that's going, you have 2, open circle, 6, close circle, and both are going this way. So I guess what we could do on this problem, it does look like a no solution scenario, but I was thinking about this too. So technically our solution could fall into that region, technically, I guess. But it has to be and. So it has to be all of these points and all of these points. So I guess we'd have to say that it does truly have to be a no solution, because it's not this and this or that. I think that could work, but this and that, I don't think we can make it work. That's kind of goofy. And again, I don't know why we have a lot of these that are goofy like that. Number 13 is also kind of goofy. It looks like we could do it, and x is less than 3. So on this one, if you have 5 with an open dot going this way, and then you have 3 right here with an open dot going this way, again, it appears we could do it, but they have to overlap, and these aren't overlapping. So this one also has to be a no solution because they're not overlapping at all. And that's just weird to me. But I guess it is what it is. And then 15 is going to work out nicely, though. So 15, you have x is greater than 6 and x is less than or equal to 10. So if I had a number line with a 6 and I had a number line with a 10, I have an open dot here, so I'm shading this way. And then I have a closed dot here, so I'm shading this way. And that's definitely and because they're coming together. And my starting point, this would go from 6 to 10, where I'd have a square bracket at the 10, but a rounded bracket at the 6. And the reason for that would be because I don't include the 6, and I do include the 10. And then 17, I don't know if we can do 17. X is greater than 2, and x is greater than 7. So again, you have 2, rounded bracket going this way, and 7, rounded bracket going this way. And I don't think that's going to work because we need it to be and. We can't really include those points because it's not this and that have to both be true, and this is only true for a portion of it, so I got to go a no solution there as well. Okay, I can't include both. And then 19. Okay, clear? 19. So this is going to be, I have 6 here, open dot going that way, 0 here, open dot going that way. Is that going to work? No. Again, it has to overlap for the and to work, so that's a no solution. So that was like a whole weird mecca of things that didn't work. And then we had, excuse me, 21. 21 I think is going to work. So you have 5 here, solid dot going this way, 7 here, open dot going this way. They definitely will overlap. So I'm going to have square brackets on each. Why is each of them a square bracket? Because they're equal to, you're including them, and we're going to go from there. And then 21, 23. And then 23 is the OR statement. Oh, okay. So if you add the number 2, I have an open dot going this way, and I have an open dot going that way. This or that, they're not overlapping, so I guess we could say this way it's going from negative infinity to 2, and then it's going from 2 to infinity. And the 2 being in there, I guess you could write the word or in there, that definitely would work for the solution there. Huh, kind of weird though. And then I asked you to do, yeah.
I thought they were the same. If they're the same number, doesn't that technically mean they're overlapping each other? I mean, yes or no?
I agree with you, but being that it's not including 2 here and not including 2 there, we're never including 2.
Okay, so if they were equal.
Yeah, if you had that equal here and equal there, I think you're right, and I think that's a good argument, and I would accept that kind of argument saying, yeah, you're absolutely right. All right, 8b, I asked you to do 1 through 13, even though there was a 11, 12 twice, right? Is that right? Let's see how we do with this. All right, so problem number 1, we have x minus 4 is greater than 5. So x is greater than 9. What did I do to both sides?
Added 4.
I added 4. So this is going to go from 9 to infinity without a number line. Rounded bracket because I don't equal the 9. And then I have problem number 2. I have 4 is less than or equal to x plus 3. What do I think you should do to this problem to start out? Yeah, flip the entire thing over to get the x on that other side. And of course, that sign's going to flip over as well. Then we're going to subtract 3, and we're going to get that. And so I'm going to have a square bracket going from 1 to infinity. And again, the infinity has to be a rounded bracket because we can't get all the way there. Number 3, we have 2x minus 3, 6x minus 2. Less than or equal to negative 64. What do I distribute on this one? Careful though. Negative 3. Does everyone see the negative 3 will be distributed? Anyone stuck on that? So let's distribute that negative 3 to both terms. So negative 3 goes here and here. So 2x is coming down for the ride. Negative 18x plus 6 is less than or equal to negative 64. Hey, I multiplied by negative 3. Why did I not flip the sign over on this case?
Because you're not doing it to one side. You want to do it to
Yeah, you're exactly right. One side's taking place. I didn't have to move it over to the other side. Now, it's possible I'll have to do it, but we'll figure it out. Let's see. Combine like terms. That's negative 16x plus 6 is less than or equal to negative 64. Not adding 6, subtracting 6. Negative 16x is less than or equal to negative 70. Divide each side by a negative. Well, things I know for sure, I divided by a negative, so the sign itself is going to flip over. That doesn't work all the way. Huh? You got a decimal? What's your decimal about? So you went 70 divided by 16. Well, what did you get? 4.375. Okay, I'll go with that. So you went 70 divided by 16 on a calculator. That's what it came up with. Yeah.
I got 35 over 8.
35 over 8. And I like that too. I'll take both. They're both going to be the same. And they're both going to be positive because this was negative divided by negative. Being I divided by this negative here, that means that sign had to flip. And so I'm going to go from to infinity. Or you said 35 over 8. Is that what you got?
Yep.
So either of those answers are 100% appropriate. Which one's more correct? Both. And you get like 100 million extra credit points if you do both of them. Really? You serious? Alright, so looking good. Can I clear it? So again, on this kind of problem, make sure you distribute the negative to both. Alright, so number 4. Add 2, add 2. So I'm going left, so I'm going to negative infinity, and I'm starting at 0. Okay, that's how I'd write that one. Number 5. 60 is less than 12x. What should I do to the problem? Flip everything over, including the sign. You're not multiplying or dividing by negative. You're just getting the letter on the left side. Divide each side by 12. So it's fine to divide. I will not flip the sign over. 60 over 12 is 5. So that is starting at 5, but not including it. So rounded bracket. And we're going to infinity. Rounded bracket. Number 6. 5 is less than n over 8. What should I do to this problem? Yeah, flip everything, gets a letter on the other side. So then that sign is going to change. And then I'm going to multiply both sides by 8. So this is, I don't know why I'm drawing that. This answer is going to go from 40, and it's going to the right, so it'll go to infinity, rounded bracket because we're not including it. 7. What do you definitely know about this problem? I'm going to divide by what? Negative 9. If I divide by negative 9, sign will flip. X is greater, less than or equal to negative 4. So we're going that way. So we're coming from negative infinity, and we started at negative 4, and we included it. So the goofy things on these is looking at it backwards. This is meant to represent a number line, so treat it that way. Yeah.
It's a negative, do you flip them? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you multiply or divide both sides by a negative number, the inequality sign will flip over. And that's not the same thing as, like this one, we wanted the letter to be on the other side, so I flipped the whole equation over, and the sign flipped over as well. Not because I'm multiplying or dividing by a negative, just because I'm taking the whole equation and I'm just flip-flopping it, just to have the letter on the left side. That's the only reason. Is that okay? Sweet. Clear? Good? Number 8. 4, x minus 1 plus 3 is less than negative 5. What am I distributing over the parentheses? 4. Combine your like terms. Add 1. And I'm going to divide by what? 4. Does the sign flip?
No.
But I got a negative over there. But I didn't. It wasn't the thing that moved over that was negative. So I'm going to negative infinity. And we're starting at negative 1. And it's going to be a rounded bracket because I'm not going to include it. Number 9, add 12 to both sides. I'm pretty sure you guys can do that one pretty easily. Let's go to number 10. Number 10. So I get 2 over 5m is greater than 10. Some of you are still getting hung up on this kind of problem. What do I multiply both sides by? 5 over 2, because that's the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply this by 5 over 2, and this by 5 over 2. Hey, is 10 the same thing as 10 over 1? Yep. So this all cancels out nicely. So I get m is greater than, let's see, 2 goes into 10 5 times. 5 times 5 is 25. So this is going to go from 25 to infinity. 11 has got our favorite, got a fraction. What do I need to multiply all three terms by to get rid of that fraction? 3 over 1. So that's by 3 over 1, that's by 3 over 1, and that's by 3 over 1. So that cancels, gives me negative 2a plus 33, because 11 times 3 is 33. 33 over 1 is still 33, and less than 9. Okay? Subtracting 33. I subtract 33, does the sign flip over? Does the sign flip over? Or does the sign flip over with that? So the sign flips over here, but it didn't here. If I subtracted a negative, it doesn't matter if I multiply or divide by a negative. So I'm going to go from 12 to infinity for my answer. Number 12, 4 terms, 3 fractions. Yeah, buddy. I have x over 4 plus x over 12 is less than x over 6 minus 1. I have 3 denominators. I have 4, 12, and 6. What number do all 3 of those go into? 12. Some of you might be thinking 28, 48, or things like that. You're absolutely right. It's just your numbers would be a smidge off, but your answer will still be the same. I would multiply all terms by 12 over 1. And I recall from the quiz, a couple of you might have done it to 3 of the terms, but didn't do the 4th one for whatever reason. So make sure you're getting them all. Whoa, PowerPoint coming up. So that's 3x. Is that okay so far? 1x, or just x. 2x. That good so far? Combine these are like terms, so those combine to give you 4x is less than 2x minus 12. Uh-oh, x on both sides. What should I do? Subtracting the 2x, I like it. So those cancel, that gives me 2x is less than negative 12, divided by 2. So I'm going to negative infinity. I'm going to go up to negative 6. That's rounded. Whoo, whoo, whoo. All right, ready to do the next number 11? The second version number 11? Okay, when you have things put together, that means it's a compound inequality. It's a compound inequality. It should be the same thing as an AND statement, or statement should be put together as compound inequality. Let's figure this out. Number 11. We'll go slow on these. Okay, there's 2 problems that are written up here. There's 2 problems. Okay? The middle will go with each problem. So the first problem looks like this. The second problem looks like this. Notice the x plus 4 went twice. The middle's used on both. Okay? So, you could go and start trying to flip this over if you wanted to. Notice the sign flipped because I flipped the whole thing. And then I solved this, did one at a time. So x is greater than negative 5. Okay? And then this one. Get that one. So I have 2 answers now. So think about this on a number line. If I had negative 5 here, and then I had 0, and then I had 4, I have an open dot going this way, shading. Do you agree? And this one is an open dot going this way, shading. Okay? So how would I write that in interval notation with the square brackets or the rounded brackets? Where am I starting? -5. Where am I getting to? 4. Sorry,
Sorry, I read 1.
I got you. Do you see why it's 4?
Yeah, I see what it's.
That should be a 4. Gotcha. I understand why you did that. That's cool. That's your answer. Okay? That just means you want all the points in between -5 and 4. Not including -5 and 4. If it was an equal to, it'd be a square bracket on each. If one of them was an equal to, then it'd be a square bracket on whatever one was equal to. Okay? Can I move off that one? Number 12. All right. How many problems are written? There's 2. What goes with both problems? 4x. So I have 8 is less than or equal to 4x, and I have 4x is less than or equal to 20. You can flip this whole side over if you wanted to. Divide by 4. And then I flip this side over. Okay? So if we think about this on a number line, what's happening here? I have 0 here, I have 2, and I have 5. Still with me? So, greater than or equal to 2, solid dot going this way. Less than or equal to 5, solid dot going this way. How do I write the interval notation with that? Square bracket. Awesome. And what? 2, comma. Square bracket or rounded? They're both included, so square bracket on each. Whew. It's all right, I think. 13, can I clear? We have 3 is less than or equal to -5x, less than or equal to 15. How many problems are there? 2. How many, or what goes with both? All right, I can flip this one over if I wanted to. And again, the sign's going to flip over because I just changed everything. And then look at this. I'm dividing by a negative, so what happens to the sign again? Reflips over. Okay, notice I moved the negative from the denominator up. Totally fine. And then what about this one? What happens to the sign? All right, so let's see if we can make this work. So if I had 0 and I had 1 here, oh wait. I grouped that one up. They're both negative. If I had 0 here and I had -1 here, -3/5 would be about there. And so I'd have a solid dot going that way, and then -3. I have a solid dot going that way. So how would I write it? Square bracket or rounded? Square bracket starting where? -3 going to where?
Sorry, -3/5.
-3/5. And then square bracket or rounded? Sweet. Done. All right. Looks like you guys are mathed out for the moment. Let's take a breather, stretch. Let's see. You want a little story?
Yeah.
All right. This will upset some of you, but the others you make you laugh. So I had a student that came into class one day, and she's like, "Hey, look, Mr. Stirrup, my English teacher gave me a goldfish." She had a goldfish in a bag, like not the little cracker, but an actual living goldfish. And she said, "I bet you don't have the guts to eat it." I reached in the bag, grabbed the goldfish. It was still alive. She said, oh, "You ate my goldfish!" And so I like kind of felt bad for a moment. Then I was like, "Oh no, no sense trying to cough it back up." So
You ate her goldfish?
yeah. She dared me to. Don't dare me to do something, because I'll probably do it.
Did you get like 3 marbles and a penny or something? For the dare?
No, it's 4 purples. And no pennies. So, just nickels. So, silly stuff. Silly stuff. Then, so those of you who are like, PETA, or people for ethical treatment of animals, so take you off that. Let's see. Oh, you want to hear about the worst thing I ever did in middle school was? So, in Arizona, all of our lockers were outside because it's Arizona, so there's no reason to have air-conditioned hallway or heated hallways because it was hotter than what outside. And we're all trying to walk to class. All of a sudden, here comes this kid, Adrian Dunkley. I'd known Adrian since kindergarten. He is running as fast as he can. He's got like big old folders under one arm. He's going as fast as he can, just trying to dodge and weave through people. So as he comes by me, I kind of put my foot out. And he does one of those, and you see like his binders flying through the air as him hits the ground. He broke his wrist. Laughed. Sorry. He's making that quiet cry thing like that. I do want to see people see him crying, but of course his wrist is going the opposite way. Yeah, I never fessed up to that until just now. Maybe when I see him at the 30-year reunion, that's coming up in 4 years. Maybe when I see him then I'll say, "Hey, remember when you broke your wrist in 7th grade? It was my foot you tripped over." But I figured I was safe because there were so many people walking, and he's like trying to, play, Heisman and one arm through. Yeah, that was bad. I'm a bad person. I recorded that too, so now you know. If I see you running in the hallway, I think I'm mature enough these days not to stick my foot out, though I do sometimes think about it. What would happen if he tripped? Woo! Now they got cameras everywhere. Yeah, I was bad. Gosh, I was a bad kid. All right, back to math. Okay, let's see how we do number 14. For pipes, it says define the variable and write the inequality. We'll just call it variable x. Is that okay? Unless they tell us to do this different. And then write the inequality in interval notation to model each of the following situations. State whether it's discrete or continuous data. Okay, continuous means it's going to overlap. Discrete means it goes opposite ways, so or versus and. For pipes to say stay safe, a house should stay at or above 50 degrees. Can it equal 50?
Yes.
Okay, so this could be x is greater than or equal to 50 degrees. So if I were to write this, I would do square bracket 50 all the way up to an infinite amount of degrees. Of course, I think your pipes burst as you approach, 1,000 degrees, but that's how we would go to that. Continuous, from 50 on up. Keeps going. Optimum room temperature, this is for you all that think this room's too cold, is between 65 and 75.
It is too cold.
It might be 65.
66.
Alright, so they say room temperature, that's the best room temperature to have. So, how would I model that? They say between 65 and 75. Am I including 65 and 75 or between? What does between mean? Am I including the endpoints? I'm not going to include the endpoints, so I'm going from 65 to 75, just like that. So 65.0 forever 1 and 74.9 forever is the best room temperature. Number 16. Middles, okay, I guess it should be middle. A middle school student should have no more than 4 hours of homework. Man, I don't know if you guys don't have 4 hours of homework in high school either. Jeez Louise. Middle school should have no more than 4 hours. So could they have 0 hours? Could you have a negative amount of school hours? Homework? No. So I think you're going to have between 0 and 4. You should have no more than 4 hours. So I think we could have 0 to 4 hours, no more than, and I think it has to be rounded, so it should be like 3.999 forever. Yeah?
Why would you put a bracket for that? Square bracket?
Because we could have 0 hours of homework. You could walk home tonight knowing, if you're in middle school, saying I have no homework, which means you're not even cracking a book. So you could have 0 hours of homework, but then it's, my thing, it says no more than. So I guess we could argue this being a square bracket, no more than, so it could be 4 hours or less. I think they could both be square bracket. I didn't read that. 17, temperature of an oven needs to stay above 350. So this could be 350 to infinity. Of course, things would melt as you get too much warmer. So that's 17. 18, the weight of a person on a diet started at 160 pounds, then decreased each week. Well, I'd say 0 is the least you can go. You can't have negative pounds. Started at 160, so you started there. So that's, you're mimicking how you would, that diet would take place. Obviously, you get down to 0 pounds, you're not really existing. The number of students in the classroom cannot exceed 31. So you could have 0 students in a class all the way up to 31, but you can't go anything above that. And then number 20, there are fewer than 170 days of school left this year. Oh, that's just not nice. There are fewer. So 0, square bracket at 170. And being we're in the 170th day, I think that's what you have to go. Woo! I feel good. All right. I am pretty sure you guys could go and solve worksheet number 9, which is 10 problems. And all you're doing on those is this. It's a problem like this. And it says solve for x. Okay? If it says solve for x, what do you want all by itself? X. So I want x all by itself. Okay? So subtract 4y. Hey, can I combine 7 and 4y together? How do I get x all by itself now?
You divide by 3.
Yeah, divide all 3 terms by 3. Those cancel. You can't combine those together because one has a y and one doesn't. So that's as easy as tonight's homework is. So look for the letter that you're solving for. So it looks like you're solving for y on these. I solved for x, but same idea. Cool? So that's 1 through 10, worksheet number 9. Woo! I'm all done.